Once upon a time in an enormous universe, there was a galaxy called the Milky Way. And in that galaxy there was a planet called Earth. And in that planet there was a country called Canada. And in that country there was a city called London. And in that city there was a place so eco-friendly, the trees are jealous.
Hey, what's this doing here? It's not where it's supposed to be. Hey Emma, catch!
CCH is all about keeping our school and the environment clean. Hey, catch!
CCH does a numerous amount of things to help protect our environment and inspire our school community to be eco-friendly.
Eco-friendliness is a big part about being a crusader.
Here at CCH, we have multiple clubs and programs dedicated to eco-friendliness.
Here are just some of the ways CCH gives back.
We have the Geography Club.
It deals with sustaining a clean environment and dealing with social justice issues.
CCH has a great naturalist club,
which takes a biological approach to improve our school through the different flora and fauna around it.
And CCH has ELP, which is a program dedicated to environmental leadership.
This group of students through special co-ops and excursions
Educate themselves to lead future environmental projects and becoming eco-friendly citizens.
Let's take a closer look.
The Environmental Leadership Program is a second semester, 4-course integrated program that involves biology, resource management, and the environment, and 2 co-op credits. So 4 senior integrated credits. Very flexible. We're outside quite a bit, working with a number of ecological and not-for-profit organizations in the London area, like the Fanshawe Conservation Authority, the Thames Talbot Land Trust, the Ministry of Natural Resources, Thames Talbot Trail Association, M&R, and a few other conservation authorities and a few other organizations. So doing lots of projects in the community and getting out of the school, but we also do lots of things in the school, including helping to run the recycling program in the second semester, doing some natural projects around the school. And it's good for students to do something that's a bit different, getting outside. These 20 students work together for the whole semester. They're together as a group all the time, so they have a lot of bonds and teamwork and community that they build among themselves.
The Geography Club started about almost 30 years ago, and the idea was to respond to environmental and social justice issues in our school, but also globally. So it's a very large club. It's a club that deals with a lot of in-school issues like garbage and recycling and awareness programs, and then we also do a lot of projects. We're involved in a lot of projects that go national and international. So our point is to try to get as many kids to drink tap water as possible. A, it's cheaper, and B, it's health-wise, it is much better for them, and environmentally, we're not throwing plastic water bottles out, because a lot of the companies that try to recycle the plastic water bottles are very low grade, Aquafina and Nestle and Kirkland and so on. There is a market for it, so those end up in garbage dumps instead of recycling bins, even though we all recycle them, and that means that eventually they're going to end up being getting into water systems and groundwater, and we're having terrible trouble with the Pacific Ocean, in particular, developing plastic continents from all our plastic bleeding into the water systems. Geography Club also develops team building and leadership skills. We are always looking for ways that we can get kids out engaged in the environment, because we believe that we're way too urban and we're way too building oriented and technology oriented. So what we try to do is throughout the whole year, and some kids get together throughout the summer, and we're hoping it'll go on for a lifetime, is that they learn how to climb trees, climb through caves, go camping, hiking, how to survive and cook outdoors. So we have all kinds of field trips and everything from horseback riding at Circular Ranch to camping and hiking on the Bruce Trail for 4 days. We do a lot of work down at Port Burwell, and sometimes we incorporate volunteer hours into it. Sometimes it's simply for the pleasure of being outdoors. Tree planting is a very big item. So some of our trips are very short and some of them are very long. I've also taken Geography Club members on mission trips. We've done a trip to Dominican Republic, serving people that are living in a very, very impoverished area. One of the things that we try to do is divert garbage from the landfill sites. That's a huge, huge mission for our club. We try to explain to both the staff and the students, and hopefully they'll take it home to families, about things that should not be put into your landfill garbage. And composting is not an option here. We've tried composting and we've had a lot of issues over it because we're not here through the summer, so unfortunately food items are not part of our diversion. But our diversion includes batteries of all types, watches, camera batteries, AA and AAA batteries. We also try to collect all the computer cartridges and toners from all the photocopiers in the school. We collect the juice jammers and we sell those to a company in the States, and we collect all the Ziploc bags, and we do the same thing. We have another company that we're contracted to. We collect milk bags, trying to keep any plastic items at all out of landfill. We make milk bag mats from the milk bags, and we send those to Lesotho and Swaziland in order for children to be raised up off the ground and sleeping on a mat. We incorporate a malaria net with that. We collect books so they do not end up in garbage, and we send those to South Africa's literacy program. And basically we're looking for any way to keep garbage from going to the garbage dump. So if we can rethink something and make it into something else, or we can rethink something and get it to someone else to make it to something else, we will do that. It doesn't mean that we have zero garbage going out of this school, but that was always our aim.
Naturalist Club is to provide an opportunity, I hope, to students to familiarize themselves with the organisms that we share our space with. As mainly, we maintain a natural species, native species garden, about 400 square feet of native garden in the schoolyard. We're working presently on categorizing, photographing, identifying the species of birds that live in our area here and come to our bird feeders. We look at identifying and cataloging and identifying the species of trees that are on our block, and as well as the insects that come and live in our gardens.
The Eco Team, and it kind of is an umbrella between the Geography Club, the Naturals Club, ELP, and that's documenting what the school does as a community. So we look at our ways that we are reducing waste, trying to save electricity, having students bring reusable containers and reusable water bottles, that sort of thing. So that's an initiative that we've done the last couple of years. We're silver certified, so we want to go for gold, of course.
I think CCH is eco-friendly because we are so focused about recycling. We recycle once a week, so we go to all the classes, collect the paper which needs to be sorted, and like cans and plastics, that kind of thing. So that's one of our big focuses. We don't just try to educate students about how to be eco-friendly in the school, but also outside of the school. So we'll do trips to like parks, or we take a trip up to the Bruce, and we just we go on hikes and things like that. We make kids aware of how like awesome the environment is. We tree plant and a lot of great stuff.
Although CCH does a great job of protecting the environment, there's always room to improve.
We could collect milk cartons and juice boxes, since we can recycle them, but we don't have that available at CCH.
We'd like to see an improved awareness within the school, where the general public of the school, the students, the staff, whether it's support staff or teachers, recycle more responsibly, and also use paper more responsibly. Paper is a very, very big item for schools all the time, and we are very disappointed in how paper is wasted, with that thought that as long as I put it into a recycling bin, I don't have to worry about wasting it. I think we're going to get to a point where there is not going to be paper available any longer. I'm hoping it gets to that point so that we start realizing that we can't just use a piece of paper for one word and throw it out. So those are areas that we need to work harder on.
We can work towards increasing our participation mainly in our recycling program, with making sure that we recycle all the materials we can and minimizing its disposal into the regular garbage. Yeah.
CCH actually started recycling even before the municipal program was in London. So it's been around a long time. We have a long history of being environmental crusaders. We want to keep that up, and probably the best way to do that is to get more and more students involved. And that's kind of a yearly ongoing education and awareness thing. It's probably the main thing.